whether we would get elected or not depends on all the ordinary members who turn up for the AGM. Dr. Teo has said that it is an uphill task to get Singapore women involved in things like that. Singapore women, like me, I'm only interested in raising a family, paying off my mortgage, making sure that I can live in Singapore, which has got increasing costs. But this AWARE is something that caught my attention because I saw an article in the papers where Constance Singham mentioned what are the objectives of AWARE. So actually it was the objective of AWARE is a cause for women. But when I learned about the developments, the recent programs like the comprehensive sexual education, which is going into our schools, reaching out to girls who are between 12 to 18 years old, it shocked me. And it was something which I wanted to find out more about, and that was one reason why I signed up to be an AWARE ordinary member to attend the AGM. First of all, to understand the original objectives that Constance Singham talked about, why and what is the rationale behind all these CSE programs and spider lilies and so on. And really, what I was puzzled about, why is there a need to allow men to vote? And that was the reason I attended the AGM. And I felt that if I could contribute to society, yes, why not I stand for election? Besides, I have counseling experience and so on, and I'm also helping out in neighborhood schools. I have seen how Singapore women are discriminated against. In marriages, I have counseled women with marital problems, and some of them don't even know that they have rights under the Women's Charter. And the children that in the neighborhood schools, I find that many of them come from broken homes. Parents are in prison, and the single mother is actually going through a really tough time in Singapore. And therefore, it's something which I want also to be able to serve. And by joining AWARE, that is also one of the things. And that's how I stood for election. Whether I could be elected in or not is really a matter of who turned up for the annual general meeting. So if the old guard is really that interested, why didn't they turn up at the annual general meeting?
I can clarify since I'm not bounded by a contract. I think I can answer in my conscience that there was only one person who stood up to run that day. There was really one person.
No, her question was about, did I mention? You can mention, she knows the story. About what? No, her question is, did I even tell my bank?
Okay. I just want to say I've also worked in big corporates. Big corporates have got many terms and conditions, okay? Usually if you are taking on a position that is in addition to your full-time job, you are required to seek clearance from your employer, okay? When it comes to volunteer work with NGO, sometimes the employees may not be very clear as to whether they need to get clearance, especially when you don't get any remuneration, and it's really a matter of your own personal time, your volunteer personal time, and really your own interests.
Okay.
So what happened if you are going to say that there was anything done wrong by Josie? It was just that she did not submit an application before she stood for election at the executive committee.
I did submit them.
And actually now she has clarified.
You see, I'm put in a very difficult position because...
I was referring to the second time.
Can we deal with it stage by stage? Yeah.
Okay,
let Josie say.
No. I hope you understand I'm in a very difficult position. I'm not allowed to say anything that happened that night.
Okay, I will take it from there. Okay, anyway, Josie put in an application to send as an exco member, and what was told to her is fine. Okay, then Claire resigned, okay, which means that we have to name a new president. And Josie put in an application to say that she may be elected she may be named as the president. But at that time, nobody knew who was going to be to be named the president to replace Claire. So we all set the date for the second exco meeting on 15th of April. We all went there. At 6:15, I got a call from Josie. And Josie said, look, I have a problem with corporate clearance. Okay, it's 6:15. Our exco meeting is at 7. And before we even went into the Aware Center, reporters were all over the place. Okay, they were pushing us, and there's really no space given to us. If we had gone into the exco meeting and we came out and said, sorry, nobody wants to be president, imagine what that would have done to Aware as a women's organization. They will say these women don't know what they're doing, they can't even organize themselves. So it is to Josie's credit that she took up the baton, she stepped up to the task and took it. And what was in her mind, probably, it could be something that she could work out with her employer. And then to her horror, DBS just unilaterally made an announcement to say that she has breached her contract, she has gone against instructions. You know, okay, sorry, I don't want to jeopardize Josie's position.
Can I just clarify and just sum up what we have here? Okay. So, Josie, you did tell the bank that there's a possibility that by evening you would become president. But on talking point, when you said that there were no plans, you were the last woman standing, and you gave in, that was because you were bound by the conditions set by your bank that you can't talk about it? Was that what happened? I mean, we are trying to understand this because we're writing a story and it's going to several places. We just need to get the points clarified. Thanks.
Okay, this will be the last question because I've just received the latest update. This thing has blown out of proportion. Okay, the police are there right now at Aware Center, and Shoots Lee, our center manager, was raved and raving and is shouting and just refusing to let the vendor replace the security locks. And the old guards, many of the old guards are on the way there. I believe there's going to be a fight. So I'm so sorry. I think we have to call, make an end to the press conference.
Can a couple of you please stay back because we have certain questions which you all haven't answered, and in the interest of transparency, we really need answers to it. We don't want to be accused of misquoting or not, giving a one-sided story. Okay, I have some related questions which I believe are very important. I'm Radha from the Straits Times, by the way. So I would be very grateful if a couple of you at least can stay back and address our questions. And yes, we would also want to know what's happening at the Aware office. I'm told you all sent someone to change locks, and I just got an SMS, and that is a third question I have.
This access security matter was discussed at the first executive committee meeting, chaired by Claire. Basically, we went to look at the premises. There are padlocks on all the doors, and there's no proximity card system and so on. So we have concerns about the security about the place. And for information, the staff members each hold many keys. Altogether, there are 60 keys to the premises floating around among the staff. So it was really a matter of concern for the new executive committee as to the security of the place. So we actually talk about making sure that the premises are well secured. And as you know, it is common nowadays for officers to install proximity card systems so that you know who goes in and out of the premises, and to secure the rest of the premises.
Okay, that's fine, thank you. Josie, I wanted to clarify one thing. Right at the beginning in your opening statements, you mentioned that Aware was a single objective organization. Were you referring to it being pro-lesbian and gay, and that was its only agenda over the past few years? When you began your talk, you said Aware is a single objective organization.
No, that's what I said. You must not make specific of a general statement I made.
I don't quite understand that.